Alright, and we're back. So, anyway, we should now be saving this file so I can upload it to YouTube later, which will be great. This is a test run. It's day 2 of my stream. I'm not sure what else there is to say at this point. I think it might be best if we just go and get our game on, so to speak. So, we're out to win 3 victories with any class. I'm not sure if the mode matters or not. Apologize. 1 moment delay here. Alright. So anyway, where was I? So a couple decks here, been playing about a week. Couple different game modes, casual and ranked. Within the play section, ranked is a ladder system, where you start out at skill 25, if I recall correctly, and work your way up. Once you hit rank 1, then you become legendary, and you have like kind of a golden octagon essentially with a number, and then it's a ranked ladder system within the ladder, almost in a way, where you become ranked within that. So the people that hit legendary then play against each other, and they have rankings 1 through like, I think it's 300 or something like that, or 350 is the lowest. I don't think, at least that I've seen, once you hit legendary, you do not fall back out of legendary again into the traditional 25 to 1 ranking schema. So, yeah. Anyway, it's night 2. I am not a pro gamer. I am not a sponsored streamer. As you can see, there will be no ads on this site as of right now. I'm just doing this for fun. It's something I've kind of always wanted to do for a while, and I'm finally taking the plunge in doing it. Plan is to try and stream most nights during the week. I might take a night or 2 here off just because I do work a full-time job during the day. I live in the central time zone of the United States in Minnesota, and so I do work early hours. I have to get up about 5:30 in the morning, so streaming till 10 o'clock my time every night after working a full day, and driving to and from work and dealing with transport and stuff is gets long. So I'm sure there'll be a day or 2 where I'm just not going to feel up to it. That's why I have the little disclaimer there that the times are approximate and not guaranteed, because it's at my discretion, obviously. So, gonna try and stream as much as possible, though. I want to try and put some content out. This is meant to be a tutorial video for Hearthstone, and yeah. So on YouTube, I'm probably gonna just call it a Let's Play, for the sake of, I don't know, just for the sake of it. So anyway, so basically you get these quests, getting back to the Hearthstone thing instead of my personal life, distracted. You get these quests, dailies, I guess it would be called. Right now I've got this one called 3 Victories. So win 3 games with any class. This kind of is a nice little quest log area. It's got your hero levels laid out and your arena key information, and stuff like that. So, open packs, that's where you go to open your booster packs once you've purchased them. Let's see. shop is where you go to buy the packs. And you know what? We can just go ahead and buy a pack. Why not? I'm not going to play arenas anytime soon, so show you this real quick. Packs over here. You drag it to the colored area, and then bing, 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 and bing. There you go. There's the cards you've gotten. It's 5 cards per deck, as you can see. You're guaranteed at least 1 rare when you purchase a pack, which amounts to about $2 in value. And the rares are the color coding is right here. It's this little symbol, the white. It has a traditional RPG style level indicator, meaning if there's no little gem there, I pointed to the screen. Jeez, if there's no little gem there, then it's common card. It goes from common to what's the one between that here? Whoops. And somehow my window just closed. Interesting. Alright, we're going to relaunch the game real quick. Hold tight. No worries. We got this. Not sure what happened there. Not sure who that is, but alright. I'll friend you. Dark Knight. So, tells you your quests or your daily right when you log in. My collection, this is where your cards are. So as you can see, you got your character tabs across the top. Druid, Hunter, Mage, Priest, or Paladin, excuse me. Then Priest, Rogue, Shaman, Warlock, Warrior, and neutral cards. Neutral cards can be played by any class, whereas obviously the cards for that specific class can only be played by that class. This little indicator here tells me that, hey, I've got some cards I can disenchant. That's the nice thing about this game. You buy a booster pack for a competitive card game in real life, and whoops, guess what? You get the same cards you've already had, you're stuck with them. Doesn't matter. Here you can go to disenchant extra cards, and here's the rarity scale. There's basic cards, I'm sorry, that go to common, rare, epic, and then legendary. So it looks like we got the rare that we got, which was that Alarmobot, I believe, was one I've already gotten, and I do remember getting that in the past, and then the 4 commons. So basically we got no new cards out of that entire deck. There is also something called gold cards, which I'll show you here. I think I've got some for the mage, yeah. That's these. These are like foil, essentially, a version of foil. If you were to compare it to a real-life scenario, Pyroblast, which is a legendary, or excuse me, a rare foil card for the priest. Some common ones. You can get some common ones. Oh, that one must not be common. I apologize. Patient Assassin. You can click in on them, and you can disenchant these cards as well. As you can see, to enchant, and you can actually create cards too. That's the point of enchanting, is you disenchant cards that you don't want, or that you don't think you'll need. And that total of arcane dust, essentially, is what they call it, is right down here. You can use that to craft and fill in your deck with cards that you feel synergize really well to play to a certain strategy that you're trying to play, which is really nice. So that's kind of a really cool aspect of this game. I'm sure there's certain people that aren't even really playing it that much to play the game. They're playing it more because they want to collect all the cards. And I'm not going to lie, a part of me wants to see, you know, golden cards across the board here, but that's something that would take many, many hours, obviously. So but obviously the more gold cards you get, then as you buy packs and stuff with either gold earned through dailies and or beating people, that's the thing. Every 3 wins nets you 10 gold. So every 30 wins essentially is, you know, 300. So that's what, 2 packs. So 2 packs of cards. So yeah. So that's kind of the basics there. Of that. Arena is interesting mode. You either need gold to get in, or you can pay to play as well. And what that does is it's not constructed at all. The arenas are simply they throw 3 cards at you at a time, and you pick between one of the 3, and you do that 30 times to develop your 30-card power deck, and then you go play. You enter the arena, and it matches you up with somebody. And for every win, your key level increases, and the better the key, the more gold you get back, or packs, or rare cards, or legendary cards, or what have you. So, going 12-0, I think, is supposed to be an automatic legendary, but it's also extremely, extremely hard to do. Even the best players in this game only net like a 60% win ratio. They're just barely pushing 50%, just because so much of it is predicated on your card draw. I mean, you could be the best player in the world and and still have trouble with winning at much higher than a 50% clip. I myself, I win even less than that. I think I'm down near 40 or 30. I haven't checked. There's sites that somehow pull data from wherever, and it's kind of like the same thing they do with WoW and Diablo 3 and stuff, where they pull data and they somehow are able to go ahead and tell you all these stats that the front interface for the actual game itself doesn't tell you. I just know that sites exist. I'm not even sure what they are. I haven't been playing it long enough to even know that much. So at this stage, like I said, I've just been kind of trying to play around in the ladder, though I have heard rumors via other people on Twitch that stream, or or individuals, individual posts on blogs and stuff like that, that the ladder is due to reset any day. And Blizzard I did actually confirm this too. I went to the Blizzard website, and it's January 8th, 2014, by the way, for reference, for those of you that might be watching this on YouTube at a later date. Blizzard did confirm that they're going to be resetting the ladders anytime. So, which is good and bad, because it means that all the legendary folk are going to be stomping us lobies on their way back up to legendary again, but they'll probably all get to legendary within a day or two, because they do this full time. It's their job. They're on here 10 hours a day. If I could be legendary as well, I think, if I had 10 hours a day to pour into this, but that's just not where I'm at. So anyway, with that, let's go ahead and play a game or two here, and then I'm probably going to take a little break, because I got to help my my fellow live-in. I have some roommates here that I live with, and I'm going to have to help them out with some stuff regarding dinner, and probably take a little dinner break here. I did eat a little something on my way home, but I had also missed lunch today at work because of some meetings and stuff, so so that was kind of a snack. What turned out to be dinner, what should have been dinner, was a snack, and we'll be having second breakfast, as it were. Yeah.
Victory or death!
You asked for it.
Alright, so here we are. Very important to try and, if you don't get a 1-drop, that's not, and I'll explain what these are in a second. But this is the mulligan screen. So you've got a choice of 4 cards or 3 cards if you're going first. You get an extra bonus card if you're going second, plus what's called a coin, which is worth another extra crystal. Very important that you have at least try and get a creature that's a 2-drop, a 3-drop, and a 4-drop here. And then if you want to mix and match some spells in with that 4th card, that's okay. Just know that your resources are limited. Going in. So we've got the 3-drop here. This 6 is really nice, and I'll explain why later. But we're going to get rid of him because that's just a little bit too late game. So here we go. What did we get? A 4, a 3, and a 4. Okay, so we're short a 2-drop. Hopefully we can top deck something in the next round. This here is my hero. It's the mage. This is her hero power, which is a fire blast. Deals 1 damage to any creature on the board, either one that's mine or another one. And yeah, we did top deck a 2, but unfortunately it's a spell, so that's going to be situational. It may come down to us hoping that he plays something round 2. If he's a control warrior, that's probably not going to happen. Right here is your mana crystals. These will build up over time. Each turn you get an extra one, so you start out with 1, so you can only play 1 card that's worth a 1 value up in that upper left hand corner where you see the 4-3-3-4-0-2 running from left to right. So you can see I'm rank 16, he's rank 16, so as you can see here, his mana total increased to 2. He's chosen to use this hero ability, which is an armor up ability, which is shown here right above his health total, which is the 30. So the goal basically is to get his health to 0 before my health gets to 0. So he didn't play a creature, so we're pretty much dead in the water as well. Basically right now, well, that's not true. We have a coin. So what we could do is be aggressive and throw out a 3. The only problem is these both have a battle cry, which is really nice. It's one of the only reasons that makes this card good is a Shattered Sun Cleric. For those of you that don't know, competitive card games, the number of mana that it costs is kind of the indicator for what the base stats should be. And so any card that has less than a 3/3 as a 3 for mana is behind the curve, essentially, for what its stats should be for how much it costs. And usually, typically in those cases, you're getting something to do away with stats on that individual card. It's either buffing another minion, it has some kind of special ability, such as this one. This 3 here has, whenever this minion takes damage, draw a card. So, you know what, honestly, we're going to do that, because I'm not sure it's the best play. It's more of a defensive card at 1/3, but again, as it takes damage, we have potential to draw up to 3 cards here. And I'm actually going to emote sorry to this guy. You can't actually communicate with the person you're playing against other than through these 6 emotes. That say thanks, well played, greetings, sorry, oops, threaten. So the most aggressive you can be is to threaten, and that doesn't even do that much. So that is a pain in the butt card right there. So much of a pain in the butt, I'm really tempted to Frost Nova it. Because if you read that, it says your other minions have charge. What charge does is it means normally you have to wait a turn. You put a creature out, it has these Z's, it's sleeping. It sleeps till the next turn, and then that's when you can attack with it. So, in this case, this card, as long as this guy's in play, it means that every card he plays, every creature he plays, can charge us, which means it can attack us the same turn it's laid, which is pretty powerful. So we definitely want to nuke that right away and get it off the board. So I'm kind of glad we did that. Next turn after that... So, like, for instance, if we would have left that alive and just said, whatever, we're going to play, like, some creature card or something, which couldn't have attacked him because it would be asleep. The only one that could attack him is this. Well, he's only got a 1 for attack and 3 for life, so it wouldn't have been able to take him out. So what we're gonna do here is she's got a 2/3 out. There's not much I can do about that. There's 2 ways I can buff this minion. I can either throw a Defender of Argus, which I have 2 of out, which will give me a taunt. Now, taunts redirect creatures. Minion cards, excuse me, cannot attack you as long as there's a taunt out. So if I lay this, it's going to give this guy taunt. I think I just want to go this route instead, though, and buff him. And then run him this way. Couple of reasons for that. It's going to give us a card draw, which it gave us the Leper Gnome. We'll throw him out too because he's only a 1 and we have the spare mana. It's really important that you try and use all the mana that you can, but you kind of have to balance it out and kind of watch their card total because you want to try and make sure that you have the same number of cards in your hand as they do. So there we go. We're going to get to draw another card here as soon as his turn ends. Or not. Okay, I'm not sure why that went down that way, but alright. That's fine. He's playing a Control Warrior. I can tell by those 2 spells that that's pretty much what he's up to this game, which is fine. We're going to play another Leper Gnome and then play Shadowed Sun Cleric into Leper Gnome. Unfortunately, we don't have a way to use up this last crystal. 5 is kind of a weird turn, and a lot of times you'll end up with a spare mana crystal just because there's not that many good 5 drops. There just isn't in the game right now. A lot of the 5s are just crap, quite frankly. There's no other way to put it. They're just crap cards. They're not that good. For 5 mana crystals, I'd rather have a 3 and a 2 out. They seem to have way more versatility. So he decided to bring it in with his weapon to kill my Shattered Sun Cleric which is unfortunate. Now he's going to go ahead and swap the Leper Gnome. Leper Gnome has this cool secondary ability where when it dies, it does 2 damage to the hero, which is why you saw it kind of do this poisonous pop, and then you saw his armor fall off. Wow, this has not been a good game. I'm not going to lie. This has been ugly. We've got 2 Defenders of Argus, which I'm tempted to just throw one out there. A guy who's good for spell damage. I mean, I guess we could throw Thalnos out there and then nuke him for 7. I mean, I don't know what else to do at this point. He's not throwing many minions, and when this dies, it'll get us a card draw if he chooses to attack it. So.
One shot.
So yep, and he is going to kill it with the Elven Archer. That's some pretty good value, actually, out of that Archer. Then the Knife Juggler. This card, when you every demon you summon, it shoots out a little knife type thing that does 7 damage. So now we have, okay, Flame Strike. This is a great board clearing card. A lot of the classes have these. The Mage happens to have 2 of them in the form of Blizzard and in the form of Flame Strike. Blizzard costs 6 mana. It used to cost 5, now it costs 6. They nerfed it, and Flame Strike costs 7. So, that being said, if you're playing a mage, be very careful on those turns. Try not to lead too many minions into that round of play for that very reason. So we're gonna get some taunt out there because I don't want this guy coming and whacking me in the face. This way, he's got to choose. He can't kill it with either one of these. He'd have to run both of them in there, unless he's got a spell. So we'll see what happens there. Again, our deck's running a little bit slim. He's running about the same number of cards, though, because he just drew, so not too bad. And unfortunately, he did get the Knife Juggler swat off on this guy. So now he is going to be killable by a dual trade here. I don't know if he'll be willing. Well, what he's probably going to do is actually... Oh, he did choose to sacrifice the Juggler. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, I thought for sure he was going to take his Warrior and run his Warrior into it and then go to town on this guy, but apparently not. So he's trying to draw cards any way he can because he's running low on his deck. Next round for us is going to consist of playing this guy, and he has Charge and Divine Shield. Divine Shield gives you 1 free attack, basically, without it injuring your guy. I'm going to take this to here. I'm going to trade this there. And I'm actually going to use my hero power there and call it good. I'm trying to keep the number of minions on the board right now kind of slim and just play to whatever he's playing. So this is great because I went face with this guy, which saves his Divine Shield. Now he can choose to attack me with his axe, which is a weapon. Your warriors or certain classes can equip weapons. The mage is not a weapon wielding class. So warrior, warlock, and priest, and paladin and shaman are the 4 weapon wielding classes. So, interesting choice. He decides to come face there, but he had the armor for it. He decided to play what's called a Dragonling mechanic, which is a 2/4 that also kicks out a 2/1 kicker. That's what I call it, as a kicker. Odd choice to make here. I don't have a way really to... Oh, yes I do. Actually, I do. We're going to do this. Attack there, and again use our hero ability to burn that. Unfortunately, this guy's sleeping this round, so we can't go to face there. But we do have this 5/1 out now, which is kind of funny that I actually got this guy to survive. So we cleared his minions again. We have board control, which is the key thing in this game. Life totals are fairly even. Actually, it's dead even, because armor is essentially the same as life. There's really no difference. So he cast Enrage there. Now he's got a War Golem out, which is just a standard 7/7 for 7. So it's as you can see, it's what's called a blank. Nothing wrong with it. Actually, there's nothing wrong with it at all. It's just a blank card. So there you have it. I'm trying to decide what I want to do here. If I want to just nuke this guy off the board or what. Yeah, I'm thinking I kind of do. I'm gonna go like this, do that, cast this, and go that to his face. And apparently me nuking his 7/7 was enough for him to not want to stick around anymore. So victory is at hand. So there you have it. That's one game. Like I said, every 3 wins is 10 gold. That's indicated down here. Number of hats, crowns that are filled in. Tells you how many you have, and you know it says wins 1 out of 3 as well. So, yeah. So that was a round as the mage. I think I'll try a game or 2 more here. We'll try the legendary deck, the druid deck that I've got, just to kind of show you some of the more high-end cards from my deck. I didn't want to take the time to run through every card. You know what? There's a database for that. I think there's a wiki page or something to that effect where you can go look through the cards and dig through them all on your own time. It's not something I really feel is warranted in a stream. I also want to try and keep the size of this video fairly small since I'm going to have to, since I'm going to be uploading it to YouTube. So, alright, so for mana curve, we got a 3, 4, 3, and a 9. This is way end game. So we're going to nuke, not nuke, but we're going to choose to pass on him and replace him in our deck. Harvest Golems are one of the most amazing early game cards, and I'll explain why later in just a second. Earthen Ring Farseer is good. I really want a 2 here, so I think I'd rather have a Golem over the Farseer. So I'm going to go ahead and ditch those 2. We're going to keep the 4, because that's actually a really good 4. Upon entering the field of play, you can deal 2 damage or silence a minion. Silence removes any effect that's down here. So, yeah. Oh, this is very good. Alright, we can actually, first turn, innervate, and cast Harvest Golem right away. Save the coin for later, so maybe we can get Sylvanas out. She's one of the stronger cards in the entire game right now. Gets a lot of grief and hate because she's so powerful. People often have cards just held back in their hands simply to deal with. Wow, that's an interesting choice, actually. Huh. Yeah, I'd say. Guy wasn't thinking about it, I don't think, and didn't realize that he was going to be essentially, when he casts that Soulfire, it makes him discard a card. So he's way down on cards right now. We're just going to use our hero ability since we don't have a 2-drop, unfortunately. We're going to just go ahead and kill that guy. It's all we can do this round. It's really lame. It's not where I wanted to be at. But he's made a crucial mistake here. He's blown almost his entire deck. Granted, his hero power is Life Tap, which allows him to draw more cards. It's still not good that he pretty much blew through his entire deck all in round 1. So, but he does have 6 damage sitting on the board right now, so who am I to say? Let's see. Well, we have a couple different options here. We can coin to a druid, or excuse me, coin to the Keeper of the Grove, which I think we should probably do because we're quickly losing board balance here, which will do 2 damage. I'm not sure if we'll be able to target the... Yeah, we can, okay. So I'm going to clear that out because it can't be targeted by hero abilities. Get that out of there. The only downside is this can be buffed. He's got buff cards in his deck that can potentially buff this up. So right now it's kind of a stalemate. He's probably going to come face on me and do 3 damage to my face. Simply because this 3/2, if it hits my 2/4, nothing's going to happen. I'm not going to... Well, I know technically he'd die and I wouldn't. So yeah, never mind. I'm reading this backwards. My bad. Yep, there you go. So he even buffed it. Yep. Now he's gonna go and sit behind Taunt. Okay. Alright, rock on. So, now, this is one of the situations where... Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do what's called Swipe. Deals 1 damage to everything else on the board and 2 damage to the other thing. And then we're just going to trade those 2. 4 damage. I'll gladly take that off the board any day. Again, he's only got one extra card in his hand, and he's life tapping to grab another. So every turn that we clear minions is good, because it's less pressure he can put on us. He's got a life tap to keep it up, and that whole thing. So, and now, as you can see, we've got this card. I'd love to play Sylvanas, but we're kind of behind right now creature-wise, so I'm going to buy us a turn by playing a Taunt. So he has to attack this. He cannot come to my face right now. And since it's 4/6, as you can see here, he's got a 2/2, a 2/1, and a 3/1. So you'd almost have to bring... he actually, unless he has a buff or a spell back there, he literally would have to trade all three of these. So you can only attack with each creature once per round. So he would have to... Yep, so he's going to have to sacrifice that, sacrifice the wolf, and then I'm guessing he's got Mortal Coil. Yep, so cleared it out. Now he's going to attack to face with the minion here, and that's fine. But see how we... this minion is in stealth, but it is a good card. I'm trying to decide what I want to do here. Sorry. Stop mid-sentence. So he's got the 1/2 Divine Shielded Argent Squire out, which he's gotten some good value out of. It's already done a couple damage to my face, I'm pretty sure, in different rounds. My debate right now is whether or not to throw out a Defender of Argus with a 2 and a 2. So, you know, the other nice thing to do right now would be to put out a 2/1. Yeah. Or we could also play another Druid of the Claw with Taunt. Like I said, he's only got 2 cards in the back of his hand, so I'm really only wanting to play 1 card right now, I think, and play a stronger card. So I'm tempted to go one of these two. I just don't know which one yet. He doesn't have any minions I really want to take control of if that dies, so I'm just going to play a Taunt again. But at this stage in the game, we're just buying time, because every round he's going to need to be life tapping now, because he's playing a real aggressive style. He's playing an aggro lock, essentially. Not full aggro with, like, Murlocs or something, but I'm going to go ahead and emote sorry to him for that long turn, because I'm explaining things. Yeah, so we'll see if something survives this, or if we manage to get this thing to survive around, we'll go ahead and play another creature in, and hopefully maybe we can wrestle board control away, because if we can do that, then it's really going to be over. So... Oh, and he's got power overwhelming, so he's actually going to boost this to a 6/7, so he can bust through. Dang, that sucked. Okay, well, it is what it is. At this stage of the game, I am tempted to go Pyromancer, swipe. And just clear the board like that. Might have been a little bit overkill, but at least now we got a 3/1 minion out there. Man, this guy has just got answers for everything. That's okay, though. It happens. Yeah. So... And we got 8 to work with. So I think I'm actually going to go... I wish I could play these two right now. I might wait till next turn to do that, though. And I think I'll play another Wild Pyro and the Loot Hoarder. And then we'll do that bit. I'm going to armor up. I'm going to actually hit him. I don't want to do 5 damage to myself by attacking this guy. That would just be asinine. Especially when I'm only doing 1, it wouldn't even kill him. So he's either going to choose to come to my face with his 5 damage card, which I'm guessing he will. Yep. So he's just playing a very, very aggressive style right now. Oh, and he's got another charge. So I'm actually dead next turn. I don't have a counter for that. So it's game. Yeah, it's game right now. There is nothing I can do to prevent him from completely destroying me next round. Well, no, that's not true. I can do this. And I should have played Sylvanas first. That was really dumb. Oh well.
I have no time for games.
That was a mistake on my part. It was a huge mistake. Oh well. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. It's time to concede. I always concede when it's done. I'm not gonna sit there and fart around and make him do the damage and everything else. Blah blah blah. If it's done, it's done. So that was my mistake, because I could have easily had a situation where he needed to come into my Sylvanas, but he probably would have just traded. Well, no, he couldn't have traded both of them. Well, I guess he could have ran the first one into it and then ran the second one into it. No, the first one would kill it. So yeah, he was in a situation where he would have. He was gonna have to give me his second minion. Although, if he ran it into the loot hoarder, no, he wouldn't. So he would have killed the loot hoarder first, killed the second one. My Sylvanas is dead, and I don't get a card for it. So sometimes that's the way that kind of thing bounces. It's just the way it goes. So so there's a second game with the Druid deck. Debating whether I want to go a third game or whether or not we just want to call it good with this video at this point. I've been streaming now for, I don't even know. I didn't set a timer, unfortunately. I should have, strictly because when it comes to uploading to YouTube, I want to make sure that that I'm keeping these videos as short as possible, because it's already going to take quite a while probably to upload it. You know, the games go pretty fast. We'll just do one real quick with the Warlock to give you an idea how they play. Now, Warlocks are kind of an odd class. They have to essentially do damage to themselves in order to do damage to their opponent. Through life taps, a lot of their creatures are very powerful but have very big and significant drawbacks. Some so much to the point where I think they need a little bit more balance to even be considerable. Like the Succubus, for instance, it's a 4/3 2 card, but it discards 2 cards. Okay, that's great. So you're telling me most of my hand's going to be disappeared, and I'm getting a 4/3 for it? You know, there's plenty of spells that you can have almost out the gate that'll kill that. So in my mind, not really worth it. I don't play one in my deck, to be honest. That's our very, very endgame card, and we've got a really good curve here. Voidwalker into Demon Fire into Iron Dwarf, and I'm guessing by the time we get around to playing the Iron Dwarf at turn 4, we'll have pulled a 2 or 3 that we can play on turn 3. So we're just going to hold our hand, actually. Why not? YOLO, right? Alright, so I've got the Voidwalker, which is a 1-draw taunt card. Very weak, only does 1 damage, but is a great tanker. Oh man, this is a tough call now, because we got this Knife Juggler, which is a 3/2 and has that little 1 damage ping that it can do for every minion cast from then on out. Or we could buff this guy to kind of make him a little bit more beefy. He becomes a 3/5. I think I want to go that route this game, just because we don't have any of our other minions out here right now. And we're playing a priest who you kind of want to hit hard and hit fast and hit quick, because the longer the game goes, the more mana they get, the worse they are to deal with, because they have so much control built into their class. So there's our 3-drop, the Golem. He's one of the best 3-drops in the game. He's pretty much a standard on every person's deck. They play 2 Golems, or Golems, however. I think it's Golem. Anyway, yeah, so basically his Death Rattle, which means when he takes 3 damage here, he pops out another minion, a 3/5. So, yeah, pretty cool. Gonna get the Blood Imp out. The reason for that means that I can do that, and then do that, and that guy's cleared out of the way. Have 3 mana crystals. Interesting. Kind of tempted to summon that dwarf. But we're getting into turn 5 and such. So I think I'd much rather just do this. We got a Blood Imp backup. We're going to call it good. We're going to call it good. I was tempted to maybe coin Juggler there at the end, but I don't want to get too many creatures out on the board because of that right there. Turn 5, if he's got Holy Nova, he can play it. So any creature I would have played into that would have died. I played the Knife Juggler, he just gets smoked right away. So now we can go ahead and do Juggler and do our second Blood Imp. We'll do 1 damage to him, life tap, take this guy and this guy to his face, And we've kind of got a commanding lead right now. If he's got another Nova, he can play it, but generally, you're only going to see 1 or 2 board clears unless the game goes really, really long. So, at this stage in the game, I've got a 3-2 taunt minion out, a 2-2 death rattle of a harvest golem. He just played Black Knight, which is a very strong card. As you can see, it's a 4/5, and it has this unique ability to kill a taunt minion upon play. So, yeah, so that's not cool at all. I really don't have a strong counter to that right now. That's the sucky thing.
I wonder.
Let's see. Well, we can do this, and then hope to... Nope, didn't happen. I was hoping maybe we'd ping him right there, but it didn't happen. So now we're stuck trading this, and this, and then rushing with that. This guy's actually really, really weak once his Divine Shield's down. As you see, he's only got 3 health, which isn't a whole lot at this stage of the game. There's a lot of ways to kill the 3 health minion. So yeah, traded a few minions there. Not exactly ideal. Next turn, I'm thinking we'll go... I don't really want to... Well, we're up on him, actually. He's down to 17 health. But, man, I'm telling you, with Priest, that can turn around so fast. You think he got him, and then he plays a healing card of some kind, and he's back up to 25 health. Some ridiculous thing. So, cards, there's, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we got about the same number of cards each of us does in our decks. So, I'm going to play the Novice Engineer here. I was going to play Golem into Dark Iron Dwarf, but I kind of wanted the card rotation. Oh, this is perfect. Alright, we're going to do the Sun Cleric to buff this guy. That way he survives and kills the taunt. Beautiful. Love it. Okay. That's ideal. And then we're going to actually do a life tap and draw a card. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Another charge minion. Perfect. I'm going to keep this guy stealth for right now. I'm kind of hoping we get another buff card, and then I can put that on him. I generally don't like to leave this guy just sitting there stealth all the time, because eventually he's going to die. There's going to be an AoE. There's going to be some kind of spell ability that's going to take him out. You might as well use him. You know, he is great. He allows you to do favorable trades. He's the only reason that this guy is still on the board, honestly, because otherwise he would have been at 3 health, and it would have been an even trade. But the fact that this guy sits stealth and buffs my minions plus 1 health allows this card to survive. Huge swing in tempo in the game. And honestly, yeah, it's kind of got to have him on his heels a little bit. Obviously, he's a little bit nervous. He's got this guy right here, who is... Okay, so let's see. What are we looking at? This guy's got Divine Shield and Taunt. Very strong card. It's called the Sunwalker. It costs 6 health. As you can see, the like I said, the attack and health is below the curve, but that's because you're getting Divine Shield and Taunt in return. So that's kind of how these cards are designed. And it's kind of finding that balance. So, what do we reckon here? I want to do this, and I think I want to trade bubbles. And I don't want to trade 3 minions. So as much as I hate to do it, we're going to do that. And then I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do this. And... Oh, I don't know. Do we want to play a Flame Imp? Why not? Let's play a Flame Imp. I guess I could have coined in a Golem, but whatever. It's fine. So health total is fairly even at this point. Though Priest generally, I'm surprised he hasn't used his healing ability more. Priests generally are supposed to be higher health total. I'm kind of gonna... If you're playing your Warlock correctly, you should be whittling your own life away via life taps throughout the course of the game anyway. And especially since there's a late game card called Jiraxis, which if you see, is pretty cool. I'm not going to explain it right now. I won't ruin the surprise in case it does happen. So here he is. He's buffing his minions' health. Not sure why. because he could have killed this without doing that. That's kind of a waste of a card at this stage. But whatever. That was a very good trade. He traded a 1/1 with the buff into that 3/4. So then he goes ahead and sets up and does a defender deal. Okay, so what do we reckon? We're gonna do.
I wonder.
We're gonna do this. Buff this guy, and then I'm gonna do this bit. Alright, so we got a 5/6, but it's sleeping for this turn. Got a 4/4. So we're gonna actually go ahead and just do this. Because this guy can't attack, at least not yet. He'd have to find a means and way to get that guy to attack. So as of right now, the only real threat he's got on the board is his 2/3 Sun Fury Protector. He's down to 4 cards. I've got 5 plus 4 minions on the board, so I've got a clear card advantage right now. That can change at any time depending on if he gets a board clear or not. And next turn, Ragnaros the Firelord's coming out. That's just bottom line. Especially with these 2 taunts up and not really much on the board that I can see that can deal with it. But he could potentially like polymorph or do some other things. Well, no, polymorph is mage, but yeah, that's the other one. That's the one I was thinking of, mind control. Yep, mind control, mind control, mind control. Gotta love it. Like I said, priests are one of the most frustrating classes to play against. They pretty much just do things that are super annoying all the time, and they make you want to tear your hair out. It's really frustrating. But, you know, such as Sislavis, as they say. So, the goal now is to just clear as many minions off the board as we quite possibly can. Which, yeah, we don't have an ability to really do much of that. Alright, I am going to coin a golem in, though, too. Screw it. Because I want some utility here on the board as well. I have no play. I mean, this guy is just gonna sacrifice himself to not kill a thing. This guy isn't buffed enough to take anything out either. Plus, he's the only thing preventing these guys from rushing my face. These two, until he probably is gonna take this dwarf into my imp next round, which is fine. But at least it makes him take. It buys me another round, basically. So, and now the pressure's on him, because he's got taunt, and he's got this Ragnaros, which at the end of every of my turns, this can't attack, but it does do 8 damage randomly. It's like a much more ridiculous version of that Knife Juggler that was played earlier. It's the legendary version of that, essentially. So, yeah. Watch me chew on my pen in frustration here a little bit. He's got no other plays. He can play minions, but they're not going to be able to attack unless they have charge. So. Well, isn't that just Jolly Roger mode? So yeah, he's playing his full load right now. Not sure why he waited this long, quite frankly, but whatevs. That's cool. It's cool, Clyde Frog. Let's see. Deal 2 damage to all characters. You know what? Honestly, I kind of feel like I want to trigger that. But first things first. Four. Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna buff this guy, and then we're gonna Shadow Flame him. There.
The light protects me.
Kind of leaves that Ragnaros a little vulnerable, but puts the real pressure on him because he's only down to 9 health now. with a reg that's gonna. He's got to play minions if he's got them now, basically, to try and save his soul, essentially. Yeah. So as you can see, he's throwing some stuff out as fast as he can. He's gonna heal up. Not sure what spell he's sitting on back there, but if it was a minion, he probably would have played it. Ooh, great card in the back pocket here as well. So yeah, we're gonna do this and that.
I have no time.
Play Sylvanas. Life tap, why not? And perfect, Voidwalker. So now he can't bomb directly into my Ragnaros, which is now going to do some damage here at the end of my turn. Hoping it hits him. Nope. Kills the Watcher. Alright. Well, so his fodder worked that round. Next round we've got the 1-1, which can sacrifice into the 2-1 unless he takes it into this Walker, plus whatever he's got back here. But things are looking pretty good so far. So things are looking pretty good. If he plays a bunch of minions, you know, the other thing too is I've got 6 face damage here too for him. So I'm gonna start bringing the pain because I got a taunt here. So I'm behind a wall essentially. My hero is, even though I'm down to 10 health, he still has to go through this first. He can cast spells on me. He can't minion attack me though. So. Okay, so it looks like he's going to be able to successfully take out the taunt minion here. Unless he chooses to just hang tight, which I don't know why he would with a Ragnaros on the board. Oh, even worse. Okay, he's going to Soulfire that. And then, well, he's 1 damage away from being able... Okay, he's coming face. Wow, interesting. Alright. Fair enough. Interesting thing, though, is that I can do this... and then do this, and yeah, and then yeah, he's gonna take a Ragnaros shot here. He's got no cards left, so he's really got to pull something out of his top deck that's gonna really save him here. A charge minion of some kind. Oh wow, he gets a Thought Steal, which lets him get 2 other cards from my deck. Unbelievable. Okay, well, whatever. It is what it is at this point. I'm guessing he's either going to concede if he didn't get anything, or he's going to play something. Okay, so he's playing an Argus, which does nothing, because I can just run this into it, and it's dead. And then Ragnaros finishes him off. Okay, he's choosing to... Yeah, that was pretty dumb. He just kind of screwed himself there, actually, by killing the... I don't know if he's just doing this to be silly at this point or what. I'm not fully understanding, but that's okay. I don't have to. I'm gonna throw the Argus out there just in case, but it's done. It's just Rag's gonna go bomb him, and there we go. Victory is ours. I think we even isn't that our third win, our last star? Oh no, middle star. Okay. So 1 more star, and then we go up to the next rank from Questing Adventure. I've gotten as high as 12 and kind of bounced between 12 and 16. I seem to really be streaky with this game, depending on time of day and things of that nature. So there you have it. That's a couple games of Hearthstone. I just wanted to give you guys a brief, general look at this game for tonight. So the next couple days we're going to talk deck strategy, deck building, including arena strategy as well. I haven't done arenas a whole lot, but I've done a fair amount of reading on it because I do plan to transition over into that eventually. Yeah, so we're gonna call this let's play good for tonight. This is Nicodemus81. Thank you so much for joining me. I do broadcast live on Twitch, which is why if you're watching this on YouTube at a later date, you see me in your upper well, which side of the screen would it be? The upper right hand corner of your screen. And yeah, thanks so much. This is my inaugural initial Let's Play number 1 for me. I plan to have a lot more content moving forward. It's going to be we're going to switch from this Blizzard title, which is Hearthstone, over to Reaper of Souls, which is the Diablo 3 expansion. And so you can come with me on that journey as well. I'll post some videos about anything I come across that's very interesting. But you're going to start to see a lot of content from me out on my site, which is youtube.com/users/Nicodemus81. So thanks so much for joining me, guys. Have a great night.